Mr. Jonathan Always Haircut,
I was
Hazelwood.
going to say, well, that's better than it could have been, I suppose. It could have been. How you doing?
I'm all right, mate. How about you?
Wonderful.
Wonderbar.
Yes, fantastic. Slightly warm, but fantastic. I'm getting some banging in the background from an upcoming guest that might be joining us.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, he might be bashing away. So yeah, tell me what you've been up to. I haven't seen you for a few hours.
So yeah, been to the track, a different track, doing some testing work, some stuff I needed to try out.
What are you testing?
Just some temp scale stuff. You know, it's.
What are you testing in temp scale?
I've got this new hover car.
Yes, exactly.
It flies around the track, but yeah, so yeah, a few secret squirrel things that I've been trying out. So yeah, it's been a busy couple of days.
Good.
Weather's not been on my side as per usual. Next week looks a lot better for weather, so hopefully next week I can do some more work testing wise.
Yeah, I saw that actually. I was just having I've given up on the weather because it's now my least favourite thing in the world, watching the doom that's coming in. But next week does look really good, doesn't it? So we should get some nice days and some nice running with a bit of luck.
Yeah, exactly. It looks far better than what it has been the past 2 months. Yeah. But that can all change in the blink of an eye, as we've seen many times.
A few times. So what are you drinking tonight? Anyway, we haven't done that bit. We've skipped the drink.
I've rushed in here because, again, like every kind of night for me, I've been rushing about like an idiot. So normally we do Mondays, obviously, and I've got taekwondo lessons Mondays. Well, guess what? Thursday we have taekwondo lessons too. So it was like rushing around, just done dinner, still on an orange and tonic at the moment.
Oh, wow, blimey! What's it gonna morph into?
I might have to put some gin in it.
Good Lord. I don't like gin. Bad things happen when I have gin or rum or Aunt Ross is involved. Any of those three, it's not good.
Although we saw the gin on New Year's, didn't we?
Yes, we don't want gin. So we're building up some comments down the side. So let's just keep jabbering away for a minute and then we can do your now infamous Lee Martin shout out.
If I can get it to log in. It's funny you mentioned Aunt Ross and gin because the only gin I have in my house, Aunt bought me.
And what is it?
It's Lee Martin Racing Gin.
I nearly just ejected red wine over my keyboard.
He went to a distillery near his house, and because we went over just after Christmas, it was his gift to me, and he did it himself at the distillery, which was nice. And he labelled it, and there we go.
You better not annoy him because you might wake up with broken legs like Misery. You'll be tied to your bed.
Yeah.
Your penguin will be facing the wrong way, and you'll have broken legs. You'll be a dirty bird.
This seems to have gone very far on from a gin distillery.
It has, isn't it? That's how my mind works. Should we do some shout outs? Have you got your laptop working yet?
That's what I can see right now.
Good Lord, that looks like the inner orifice of something
very
large.
Cold looking. Yeah, I say it's my backup laptop because I've left my other one somewhere, and trying to get this one to load is like.
How do you leave a laptop somewhere?
Well, it was in the big clear up on Monday, wasn't it? And we were clearing up, and I wasn't clearing up my own personal goods, only my RC racing stuff, and the laptop got left.
Oh, I haven't seen it, or is it in
the
van?
No, it's in my caravan.
Oh, all right, okay, that's all right. Otherwise, I haven't seen it anywhere.
Yeah, I didn't clear up the caravan.
It might be floating in the bumhole again because we had a little bit of water today, sadly.
Yeah, it's not very fun, is it?
It's about normal these days, isn't it?
I know.
I measure how good my day is by how much water is in the bumhole.
Yeah, normally when there's that much water in a bumhole, it's a bad day, regardless if you have a track or not.
Yes. We'll go into our RaceFour, which I think was a really successful race. A bit later on in the show and stuff, but we certainly had some goes at clearing that over. Well, on the run up to the weekend and then during the weekend as well. It was a challenging one, probably our most challenging so far, I'd say. What do you think?
Yeah, and probably one of the more challenging for any track, really, with that much water in that much volume over the course of the week beforehand. I think most clubs, if they would have seen how much water was on it, would have probably just called it off.
Yeah, we won't be ever doing that. I'm the optimist. We've got to be out there Shovels out, pumps out. Get it going.
I'm getting a knock on the door. Jesus.
It might have gone off.
Is it really?
Cautiously.
Look at that.
Just test it.
Oh my God.
As you said, Jesus, I'd
What
say
is that?
heavens above.
I don't know. I don't drink
What's
wine.
going on?
Got it.
Yeah, I think that's a bad one.
No, that was a urine sample, mate. That wasn't a drink.
I don't think that was urine. I think that's a time of the month sample.
Oh God.
That was
Possibly could be, couldn't it? That isn't even funny.
Wine's never done that to me. Let me try and just use a different laptop sec.
Okay, you do that while I'm half gob round.
I say that.
Let's see what we can see in Leroy's cabinet.
No. I'll show you.
Okay. I hope there's nothing purple in there. Oh, there's a car.
There's one.
What's that one? Is that a good car or a bad car?
It's a good. They're only ever good cars that I keep. So this is a European Championship winning 2017 car.
So if you keep your good stuff in the closet, where do you keep your bad stuff?
Well, on display.
Right.
So yeah, here she is. Scorpion Electronics in there. Yeah,
very nice.
She's awesome, and I've got another car in there as well.
What's your other car? This is a whole new segment. What's in Lee's closet?
What's in Lee's closet? So, this one is in a bag.
Good Lord.
There she is, in a bag.
So that's got to be even more super special if she's in a bag. If it's a she.
It's. Hold on, I'm getting another knock at the door.
Good Lord.
It's another.
What,
bit
have you got a stool sample this time?
Oh, this one's not too bad. It's a rosé.
We've had a Liz's log and a Liz's. Oh, that looks better. It looks a bit more coloured.
That one's better. So yeah, this is 2017 again, but IFMAR World's podium finishing car.
That's very cool.
Yeah, qualified second. Only missed TQ of that World on the last lap of Q5.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm jelly.
And there. So there you go. That's China.
China. I love China.
That was we weren't planning that segment. That was just all.
No. Did you find your backup laptop or not?
I actually don't know where it is. I'm a little bit confused right now.
Shall I do the shout out? Shall I nick your segment?
It's down to you, mate. I'm afraid.
So first on was Martin Walters. I'm just going to be a shadow of Leroy. Hello, Martin. Thanks for joining us at 8:02. Scott Foy. Hey, Lee. So Lee.
Oh, Scott Foy. Scott is making me the world's coolest pit mat, and I think you would absolutely love it. It's right up your street, mate.
So
Scott,
tell me, what is it? What does it do?
So Scott Foy is from California, and he owns a company called Foy Saddlery.
Okay.
And he makes very special saddles for horses, and what do they call it, tack, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And he's making me a leather pit mat, but with a carbon fiber centerpiece,
that sounds
all stitched in properly, and it's pretty epic. He started it for me, and he sent me some pictures of it the other day, and I'm pretty excited.
Does it look good?
It looks awesome.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing that. Marquez, hey guys. Hello, Marquez. Nice to see you. Gavin, hey chaps. I don't know whether that's Gavin, our Gavin from the Yoke team, but hey, Gavin.
I think it is.
Graham, legendary right. Good evening, guys. Hello, buddy. Hope you're well. Hope your foot's better. He had to go and have his foot drained at the doctor's after the weekend. He was obviously on crutches at the weekend, so I hope you're feeling better, mate.
Yeah, hope you're feeling better. Good.
Not flying too high on your meds tonight, or whatever we're at.
No, and hopefully the foot drained well when they took some gin out of it or something. Hopefully you got some gin in there.
We'll get it distilled. It'll be the
my new Lee Mine Racing foot gin.
That will be the secret setup required, is a bit of foot gin.
Yeah.
Ben Kennick, evening lads. Hello, Ben. Ben was with us the other day. He popped in. He stayed up after our race, saw some family with his missus, and came and did a little bit of testing.
Oh, did he? Did he stay up?
He did. That was news to me too, but yeah, he did. And his missus had a go as well. She was inspired by the ladies' race. So there's rumour that she might fancy having a race in our upcoming one, which I think is quite cool. I'm going to try not to get run over at the next one.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if I'm not looking at where the cars are coming from, I'm probably going to get run over again. CJ, evening chaos, I think that says. Watching you guys and cooking Indian food. I wouldn't expect anything less, CJ.
I wouldn't expect him to cook.
Kevin Brunston, good evening. Good evening. That's very formal. Kind regards, Kevin Brunston. Thank you for joining us. Scott Follington, evening, guys. Awesome weekend. Really enjoyed myself with the nitro until my engine blew up. Which, yeah, welcome to nitro racing, I guess. As they say, nitro is the glory, but it is also the pain in the hole as well. There we go. We were going to the same place. Yeah. So it was cool to see Scott doing some nitro. Actually, obviously, normally an e-buggy guy with 8 scale. He did very well. Did you see him go around? Did you watch any of his stuff?
I did. I watched his final before he blew up his engine, and first of all, I loved his body show. I thought it looked awesome because it was similar colours to my body, but in different ways, and I thought it looked really good. And I did actually know it was Scott initially, and I thought, oh, that guy's going quite well. And it was a 215, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, it looks pretty awesome. And I saw it was Scott. Obviously, Scott's got some good driving talent, and yeah, looked awesome.
Yeah, very good, very good. Good to see them doing that. And Trevor did very good in the e-buggy too. He was unlucky not to podium that. He looked very good going around anyway. So, Matt Thompson, evening guys. So finally, we need to speak about this man. Finally, he's managed to bump up a final in an 8th scale race.
He has. I was super happy when he did because he's normally been going weak at the knees at about the 12-minute mark. But yeah.
I was super happy and then slightly nervous because he bumped into my B final. I thought, oh no, here's another one that's going to be pushing me around the track. But that was cool that he did that 20-minute main with nothing going wrong, and it's cool. He's a super cool guy. Cool guy.
I was trying to get him to push on a little bit harder with obviously he's an electric guy, and I've gone through all of that. Not changeover process, but adapting process where you have to learn to push the throttle more and stuff. And I was getting him to do it in the last round of qualifying, and I was cheering him on from the side of the track, and I was stood just at the start of the straight, and he come past the first time, and I clapped him on, and I could see he was getting into it, and he come around the second time, and I clapped him on, and he hit the pit lane. And he just looked at me and went, I was like, mate, my head was down. I was doing the dad. I was like that. But so yeah,
he got there in the end.
For him to get into it, and he's texted me since and had a lovely weekend, and he really enjoyed himself. So awesome. He's
a fantastic addition to our team. I like Matt a lot. Live on air, that was another entry coming in for our race 5 from our man on the island, Option RC, Sean Berryman. So that's good to see that he's got himself entered in.
Yep.
I'll keep doing these rollouts. So Tim Simpson, good evening, guys. Hello, buddy. Good to see you. Another fantastic showing from son Ben at the weekend. He looks so awesome in his final. Has
Ben ever not bumped up?
I think he's bumped in every race that I can think of.
Yeah, because I don't think there's been an 8th scale race where he hasn't bumped.
No.
I mean, there was one. His first 8th scale race at Blackpool, he won the B final, but they weren't doing bump ups. So I'm counting that as a bump too.
I would agree. That's a bump. So Chris Lovell, good eve. Good eve. Chris.
I do have some comments now if you need.
Oh, look at that! Do you want to take over?
I'll say
live N5RC. That's a catchy one to take over from.
Here we are. I'll go with Chris Lovell, though, because one before Chris has booked in for our next race, and he is of Brookport fame, which we hope to get to as well. Yep. So thanks for booking in, Chris. We can't wait to see you, and we want to try and do something with Brookport. We've spoke to him a little bit, and we're going to try and make something happen.
Yeah.
So we've done Tim. Good evening, live N5RC. Good day, gents. Good day to you, Willem. Evening, guys. We still need to sort that backplate out for Willem. It's come into stock. I forgot to tell you.
That's in and out. It's gone. It's done.
How's it gone? Wicked. I'm glad you're on the ball. Craig Homer says, evening, chaps. Evening, Craig. Glad to see you back online. Darren Warburton says, hello, thanks for a great weekend. Darren did awesome as well, I thought.
Yeah, he did. Very, very, very awesome.
Yeah.
I would agree.
I was speaking to Graham, and he was saying that, he was struggling to pit for Darren in the final because of his leg. And I said, if he needs any help, let me know. I said, what final is he in? He said, I think he's in the C final. I was like, wow. That was impressive. So, awesome. Sorry he might have expected to be in the C, but it was impressive for me. I'm impressed.
Well, the thing is, just quickly on that, let me interrupt you. Just quickly on that, because of the numbers that we're running to social distance as well, I think it makes it super impressive because that is net a B final, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
yeah.
On normal numbers in a normal race. So I think
Yeah,
some of
it's
these guys, they feel like, oh, I'm a final lower than I should be, where in reality, they're probably a final higher than they would normally be. It's just that only 6 per segment block that we have for the finals. So,
Yes, yeah, exactly. Obviously, we only have 6 going directly in. So your C final is, well, 13 to 18, isn't it? So
yeah.
it's impressive. Right. Arvinder says, evening. Awesome win to myself. Thank you very much, Arvinder. Yeah, it was a tough one, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Richard Gaston says, yo.
Word up.
Yo, Richard's upset me this week, but anyway, moving on. Martin
Still has the
Hart,
best hair.
Yeah.
Do and
Evening, Evening, John Lee, which is Martin Hart. Luke Bennett says, evening. Oh, we missed Luke this weekend.
Well, his car broke down. His real car. His clutch went in his real car on Friday night, I think it was, and he couldn't get to us. So,
where does Luke live? Which area?
High Wycombe.
Oh, okay.
But he's back. He's back already booked in for the next one. So we'll see him at race 5.
Good stuff. Davey Rolls says, hello, Davey. Chris Lovell says, sadly, I'm with you, Ari, to ever watch Life of Running a Track. Yeah, yes. What can you say? Ali says, brush blisters rock. She did a lot of sweeping.
Ali did a lot of sweeping, yes. Thank you, Ali.
Although,
we actually just need to set the record straight. Ali is a unicorn too. She's done a lot of help for us over this last weekend. So thank you, Ali.
She's good at sweeping though, because the few weeks before when they came down and she was watching me sweep and saying that she really wanted to sweep, but she felt a bit nervous to do it. So I'm glad she actually got on the brush.
Good Lord.
I'm glad I'm not you. In reality, she's just taking the piss out of me saying I was rubbish at sweeping. But
I bet your hair looked good though while you were doing it, and we can't claim the same.
Hell yeah. So Scott Foy said, "Oh my god, that was hilarious! The time of the month sample." Yeah, sorry about that. Hi guys, great weekend. That's from Wayne Davis. Thanks, Wayne. Glad you enjoyed yourself. Good to see the TLR crew there.
Yeah, they've supported everyone. They've done a load of practice days and stuff as well. So from me, a big thank you to Wayne for always organising that and getting the guys there.
Yeah, agreed. Good. Michael Shorey says, "Hi guys, watching from work again, rocking the PPE." Mr. PPE.
Shorey, it is Mr. PPE. You've missed out, Lyndon.
Oh yeah, I did. Hi guys, from Jane and Don. Hope all is well. So we're heading down to see Jane and Don soon.
Yep, we are. Yeah, they have the Plymouth GP at their fantastic track. They've had a lot of work there over the last year or so. It's been about a year since we were down there last, so looking forward to going down there and supporting the guys. And we're going to put on a few clinics, show the guys our products and stuff, and help out anybody with anything, basically. So it's open to absolutely anybody. Just rock up and we'll help you tune engines or cars or whatever it might be. And then we're going to have a good race as well. So looking forward to that. It's been a long time since I've raced on Astra, actually.
So just so I know, and so the people watching at home know, what's the schedule? What's going down?
That's very good, and I don't know it off the top of my head. But basically, on the Saturday, I believe we've got some practice and some qualifying, and some of our clinics that we're going to put on between those rounds and around lunch, that sort of stuff. Hopefully, people are going to be able to try a car or two. They can drive mine or yours or whoever's if they fancy having a go. And then we've got like a normal format on the Sunday, I believe, with more qualifying and finals for all. So it's cool to get behind that track. It's quite impressive what they've done off a small number of people that go there as well. So you haven't seen it, so it's going to be cool to see. Cool for you to see and cool for me to see as well, because they've done a lot of improvements over the last year as well.
Wicked. Look forward to it. It's going to be a nice drive down.
Plymouth Gin Distillery is but just a moment's worth away.
Oh, so we can replenish some Nemo Racing gin.
You can, some slow gin, and if you it's probably different now in COVID measures, but you used to be able to book up and actually do the tour of Plymouth Gin Factory and make your own gin, which was quite interesting. We did that once before. Mikey Williams organised that for us, which was very, very cool. All the gin from there comes out of one distillery. It's fascinating to see. And then we Julie got completely paralytic afterwards and don't remember the rest of it. Good.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Book me in. Um, so, yep, look forward to that, and we'll put some details on our Facebook page and stuff soon about it. Hopefully, we can get you guys to travel down as well, which would be wonderful.
Yeah, we've got. I think Roscoe's going to come down. I think Mr. Talbot's going to come down. I was talking with Tim about Tim and Ben coming down as well. So yeah, give it a good push and get down behind those guys because they're always up with us, supporting our races. So it's nice to then do it the other way around as well.
Yeah, 100%. So if anyone's watching and fancies going down, I'm sure that Linda will put some details on it for us in a minute so that I can read them out.
Exactly. Plymouth RC. I think if you Google that, it comes up pretty quick, but it'll be on it.
Wicked. So moving down. CJ, Mr. Glasbrook says, John, you're in slow-mo tonight. You are a bit slow-mo. like dancing in a strobe.
Johnny, that's just me. Sorry, Johnny.
So, Chris James says, Maliki says she just surprises you that he is cooking. Yes. Hi, Maliki.
You missed Sharon.
No, she's next on my one.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Sharon says, love watching the live races at the weekend on Relive. So there we go.
Very good.
Thank you for watching. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Hope that...
Oh, RC Live. There we go. That's why we were slightly confused.
RC Live. I hope that my lovely little puppy Remy is doing well. Sharon has one of my dog's pups, and I was getting pictures of Kev of him today. Actually, he looks like a big old unit now, and Rocket's going to have to watch himself. So
that's cool, and a cool name as well. I like the name. That's cool.
Yeah, Remy Martin, and that's not after me.
Is it not?
It's coincidence. But Remy Martin, the drink.
I don't know that one.
Yes, do you not? It's like cognac, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think they sponsored like some old F1 cars and stuff, didn't they? I think so. I know the drink anyway, and it's funny because so that dog's like their legit name, their like show name or whatever.
Yeah.
So his name is Remy Liquid Gold, which we picked because it was actually just some shampoo that was on the table that sounded great. Like it worked with his name. We're like, okay, cool, we'll use that. And apparently that's what they call Remy Martin is Liquid Gold. So how's that work?
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Did you know there was a model fuel called Liquid Gold before?
No, but I do want it now.
You wouldn't if you put it through your engine for 5 minutes. The only
how
thing
cool is that? Are we going to have Liquid Blue?
That was good about it is that the guy's missus that had the company, and I can't for a minute I can't think of the name of the company, but his missus used to be a porn star, and so everybody knew that. So like people, there was this whole like, run Liquid Gold, and I wonder what's in Liquid Gold.
That's brilliant. Although a cool name. Was it a UK company?
Yeah, it was a UK. Yeah, I want to say Western UK, but I might be wrong on that. They did cool things like they made a carbon fiber chassis for the Thunder Tiger TT RS3, which didn't work, but it was cool because it was carbon fiber and looked cool. I'm sure it was Western. I think it was Western UK. They were big into flight, and they tried to have a little dabble into RC, into the cars and stuff, which would have been early 2000s, but it didn't work out so well, and they blew a lot. They blew a lot of engines up, but c'est la vie. Got to try.
C'est la vie. Liquid Gold.
His missus was a porn star.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I bet it was good lubricant, wasn't it?
Good Lord. Well, obviously not. No.
Right. Moving on. Phil Truman says, "Good evening, gents. He made it at long last."
Mr. Truman, welcome. We were discussing earlier on that Phil had not managed to actually get on live. He usually misses it by an hour, so.
There you go. You can't miss it today. He's already on.
Exactly.
Cakes by Claire says, "Evening, evening, Claire.
Lovely cakes. Thank you for the lovely cakes at the weekend.
Lovely cakes and service of drinks and thus at the track, so everyone knows who Cakes by Claire is, which is also Kev's lovely.
That you or me?
Girlfriend. That was me. It was actually not my. It's the phone. It's Liz's phone that I'm looking at. Scott Foy's signed off, so he's gone now. Shush, phone. Hold on, let me turn it off.
Is that your
Mr.
grinder
Digger
profile dinging away?
Yeah, it's just grinders.
They've seen that new hair. That's what it is.
Yes, all through the night it just pings away. It does. Scott Foy's gone. Digger says, evening, Digger. Thanks for coming down from the Highlands. Hope you
Yes,
had a
he
nice
did.
trip home.
Evening digger.
Yeah, and Nicola Walker, Nikki, wife, not wife, girlfriend, wannabe wife. Lee should make her his wife. Talbot said, bring me some gin back from Plymouth.
Yes, we will.
Sort that out.
Slow gin. That's the only one you want. Slow gin is very nice. That's good.
Slow gin. And Sharon says, Remy Martin talks now. Yes, after the cognac. There you go.
There we go.
So yeah, I'm up to date with the top chats. I haven't looked on the other chats.
You've got one last one from Mr. Hammer.
I've not seen it. I'm afraid it's not popped through.
Okay, so I'll do it. It says, hi guys, GP as follows: camping from Friday, available practice and qualification Saturday, quali and finals Sunday, classes 1/8 nitro electric buggy truggy. Book in via the link on Plymouth RC Facebook page.
Get involved.
Indeed, get there or be square. And finally, the last comment, and then we'll move on to other stuff, is from Mr. Bingham in Ireland. Mr. Ivan Bingham says, hi boys.
Hello. How are you doing?
Marvellous. Ivan will be doing very well. He's probably just come back in his Lamborghini. He's got some Lamborghini stuff going on.
Lamborghini. Right, so that is that. Let's
Products.
move on. Let's go to the race.
I'm laughing because I can see a little cheeky ginger guy in the background just waiting for involvement. I can see him there. I'm going to come back to him in a minute. So, yeah, so new products. So fuel sticks, with the fuel sticks have arrived. They're in.
Yep, which were used for the first time at the weekend.
They were. Successfully as well, I think.
Yes, yeah, by some good people. By some good... by that, I mean that some people that we want to get their opinions of used it, and they quite liked it, so that was good. Oh, you're back.
I'm back. Are you back?
Yeah. I'm here.
Marvellous.
You just went a bit juddery for a while, and you still kind of
momentarily logged off.
Oh, okay.
Was I mid-move or not?
So the fuel stick was a winner in most people's eyes, in everyone's eyes, or whatever it is. So yeah, we're super happy with that.
Yes, very, very good. Another new product that's not actually online yet because I've been slacking and paddling in a paddling pool of bumhole, but will be very shortly online, is the official shock ball set that we've been using on various team cars to exceptionally good success, I would say.
Yes.
Talk to me about the different size balls, Leroy. I've always wanted to hear you talk about different size balls.
So we have talked about my red brake balls in the past. Now we're going to talk about shock balls, and some of them not being a ball.
No, some of them look like they may be related to Hitler. Just saying. Bit swatch.
Just the one of them.
Yes, exactly.
So yes, now we have shock balls. So with our good old friend Mr. Roscoe, he brought them to us, and we've tested the different variations in shock balls. So now we have our original ball, which was 9mm, which is what we use on the brakes. But we decided that we needed something to tweak in and around all of that with different shapes and sizes, so you get different amount of squish. So now we have a bigger 15mm ball, which you can put on, so you don't have to run two of the other ones at 18. You can run a 15. We also have a slightly thinner one, which is shaped like a UFO or a flying saucer, which has a bit more squish to it as well. So that one you can add to like a 9mm, and I think that one's 6mm, so you can have all different sizes in between. And there is quite a few of them in a box in the pack. I can't remember exactly how many there is. There's quite a few. So you can tweak it all around your car. It doesn't just need to be used on the Gamma. It can be used on many things. A lot of the Associated guys were using them on their car.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they'll be on many other cars soon. Say bump stops, we have quickly found out are quite a crucial tuning aid, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I've swapped myself out so that I could get the image up bigger. Can you hear me? Because normally when I do that, it goes has a okay. That's cool. So yeah, there's 16 in a pack. And exactly like you say, it's not something that's just specific for a gamma cars, and hence being all those different sizes, as there's different length shocks and different length shocks and everything else. You need to have that tuning aid to get it so it's perfect, so that when that chassis is compressing, the bump stop is taking that load without being too much. Because if you load too many of them on there, the car does funky things and you can fly off at all sorts of weird angles, and it doesn't work. But if you get it right, the difference is exceptional. When you're really on the limit, you can push the car so much harder. In my opinion, having run them extensively over the last few months with the balls. So I'm a massive fan of the balls. But you've got to tune them right to your car. And I think what we should do is do a video of what you're looking for, and then, you know, regardless of brand or anything else, obviously it'll be on a gamma car, but people will get the idea that, you know, what they're tuning for, and they can knock themselves out with their 16 different balls.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I'll do a video pretty soon, maybe even this weekend, get it online, show you what to look for and what it does in different circumstances, and what we've kind of learned with it. It's been pretty revolutionary for us, especially in certain conditions, and being able to tune around it has been awesome. And especially with being a ball, you're not bringing the shock to an abrupt end.
No,
it's not hitting itself into the plastic spring retainer and then just going and firing itself back out. You know, you bring it to a slow halt. I mean, every road car out there, as far as I know, has a bump stop at some point in the shock travel to stop bottoming everything out and breaking the end off.
Yep, agreed. It's revolutionary, and I think when you get it right, you can unlock.
John, you went very stuttery then, but you can unlock a lot of potential.
Yes. Can you hear me, or should I do a reload? I'll try doing a reload because that normally fixes it. So.
Well, we can hear you now. You're fine. No, okay, it's gone. He's reloading. That's like old school garage. Do a reload.
How's that? Is that less stuttery?
Yeah, you're good for now.
Marvelous. We're getting there. So yeah, we're just saying you can really unlock the potential of the car. I think up to a second a lap if you get it right. And the feel, you feel it instantly, don't you? As soon as you get into an area where you load the car on a sideways, so like for us, for the Stevie BSs, that's my perfect example for me of where you can really feel the benefit. You run a car without the shock balls through there, and it feels, yeah, that's okay. And literally go and throw those on your shaft. It sounds wrong, doesn't it? Go and throw those on the shaft, go and do the same thing again, and you can feel the extra support that it's giving, and you go through there faster. It's as simple as that.
You do. It gives support, and it makes it change direction a lot quicker because it's not like bouncing one side to the other. It's getting, support from itself. Yeah,
exactly. So new products. We've done fuel sticks. We've done balls that are going to be online very shortly when I pull my finger up my bum. T-shirts. That's a very boring one, but they're back in stock, which is wonderful. Very quick update on the opening hours for any practice sessions for the track. Now we've moved into what we'd class as our winter hours. It's a 10 till 4. There's only one session rather than a morning and an afternoon or a full day. So it's just a full day session of 10 till 4. For anybody that's thinking about coming in and having a practice with us, we'll be there to welcome you with open arms and a brush, probably to brush the track. What else? RaceFour entries are open and flying through the door already. We've got some fantastic names already signed back up. So the Skidmores are back for another go to come and make good on their TQ and stuff. Obviously, you're going to be there. We've got the Hall brothers. They're back in as well. So already filling up quickly with all talent levels, but it's going to be another very fast one at the sharp end, which is going to be good to watch or commentate on.
Is Mr. Jones in?
I think so, but I'd need to 100% double check. If he's not, we'll try and make a plan somehow.
Yep.
Get him there. He's pivotal. He's done nearly all of them, hasn't he? So, or has he done all of them?
Yeah, he's done all of them. He turned up for one late, but he's done them all.
Yes. So yeah, it's going to be another very good race, I think. Yeah. So, talking about that, shall we bring in? I'm going to bring on a special guest that I hadn't said to you that we're going to bring in, which is Mr. Rumble, who was a fantastic race director for us at the weekend. I think he did a superb job. So we're going to try and bring him into Bring him into the show. Mr. Rumble, are you there?
Bringing in the mumble. Mumble is not there.
We're bringing in a mumble from Rumble. We can't hear you, but we can see your lovely face.
I can't even see him.
Oh, hang on. It might be because I had him muted. Let me try.
That.
There we go. Let's try that.
That would do it.
It was because you were thrashing around in the background earlier on. I don't know what you were doing.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
No. It looked. Well, I couldn't see your hands. Let's put it that way.
I don't have any of his audio. Just saying.
You're not. Do you have mine?
I have yours. You can
that's
be a
good.
middleman.
We can daisy chain it.
Yeah.
We can lip read it. This is true. Nemo,
I can't even
Nemo
lip read. I don't even have an image.
I reckon you could lip read some of Rumble's lip movements.
If I could see him.
You can't even see him either.
I can only see you. You're the only one.
Can anybody else see Rumble?
We'll soon find
I'm
out.
looking at my live currently, but I think it's a bit delayed, so I can't see him yet.
Okay, so maybe that might be what it is. How are you, Mr. Rumble?
Very good. Very good. How are you both doing?
Wonderful. Well, I'm wonderful. How are you, Lee? Mark's asking how we are.
I'm good, thank you. I'm just going to answer a quick question before we move on to Rumble. Sorry, mate.
Okay.
Martin Hart says, do the balls work on e-buggy as well, chaps? And yes, 100% they do. Just throwing it out there. Sorry, carry on.
Yes. Marvellous. What have you been doing since your super successful RaceFour race directing?
Well, resting my voice, my smooth, creamy voice.
Can I just ask, have you been resting that on your personal trainer at the gym?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Full tongue in cheek, and not in.
When you say tongue in cheek, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No. Well, talking to Pete. Yeah. No. So I've had a pretty uneventful day today. I did have a session at the gym with my PT at 2:00, so I'm feeling sore after that.
I just need to, because when you do the interpretation stuff, I need to just give the headlines to Lee. So he's been at the gym with his PT.
Yeah, I hope he's been doing fast laps with it then.
So obviously, can you hear Lee?
I can hear Lee absolutely
fine.
I can
hear. He can hear you, Leroy. It's just that you can't hear him.
Okay. I keep seeing his Instagram in the early mornings going to his PT thing. I don't know if they're eating pizza together or what, but
it's not just pizza.
As somebody said to me at the weekend, can I get my suit ready, Rumble? Are you ready to commit to your PT?
Oh, you broke up then. I didn't.
You were very juddery then. I don't know if Rumble.
But that was a very pivotal question. Are you ready to commit to your PT?
Not yet. I need to find out what he's got first.
Good Lord. So, race 5.
Yeah.
Thank you from Leroy and myself and everybody else for doing a sterling job.
No problem.
I think you did a cracking job, and I thought the commentary was funny and better by the heat. It was better as you got more comfortable with it. What did you think?
Yeah, for sure. I think the big factor with it is just, I think when you first start doing it, first off, it feels very strange to hear yourself talking.
Rumble.
Because you think you just sound like a bit of an idiot, which obviously doesn't change for me. But you feel a bit more comfortable talking, and then everything sort of just flows a bit more smoothly. You're not worried if you say something wrong because it actually doesn't matter, and you just keep on talking through it, which I have a outstanding ability to just keep on talking, as we all know.
Dude, I'm going to stop you there in your talking and your outstanding ability to keep talking. Just fill Leroy in on what you were saying, which was he enjoyed doing it. It was fine. And did you like your time of the month sample that you just downed?
It was beautiful. It was also pretty fine.
It's gone.
It is actually gone. Yes. Yes. Thank you, Rumble. I enjoyed it, and I especially enjoyed how much more confidently you got with commentary.
So that's exactly what I just said, but to him, exactly those things really, which was almost like heat by heat, round by round. You could feel Rumble getting more confident with what was going on, and it was really good. I think you did a fantastic job, mate. So thank you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. It was very good.
Not a problem.
Something is coming in for Leroy from.
I now have an iPad, so I have even my phone, even the phone I was watching, which was Liz's, was not putting Rumble on it.
That's strange.
bizarre.
Well, I just saw
It's strange. And now I have an
the
iPad.
iPad, and I saw myself on it.
Yes,
so.
and it's funny because when normally when English guys get better at commentary, they sound more and more American, and Rumble was no different to that. He was definitely sounding more and more American.
Still sounds like we're stuck in the 1960s.
Yeah.
And as I look at this screen in front of me, we look like a crime watch put up, don't we? Really? Have you seen these three guys?
Rumble looks abnormally tanned for a ginger.
Because he's been on the bloody sunbed.
We had to. We had to get that in.
I can't hear him, so I'm probably talking over him.
No, he reacted with. He said, "Yes, thank you very much." He's been on the sunbed.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Only for 10 hours today.
I've just realised being in the middle of this is fantastic because Rumble can actually tell me something that's real, and I can just make anything up and tell it legally.
I think we've done that.
You are the Chinese whisper.
Chinese whisper.
Let's try it. Come on, Rumble, give me something.
Well, yeah, no, it was a really, really good weekend. I think everyone enjoyed themselves. I don't know where you're going to take this one, John, but I think everyone seemed to have a really good weekend. Obviously, every single race weekend is never without drama, but I think come the end, everyone had a really good time. We were lucky with the weather, and which at least during the race. Prior to it, not so much, but
oh my god,
I think
talks a lot.
Right, can you hear Rumble now?
No.
He said everything was shit, and he hopes no one comes to our next race, and he can see why everyone keeps complaining to the council about us.
Well, to be fair, he did call the police.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And it was him. Yeah.
They come to arrest me.
Yeah, I called the feds because I was so pissed off with race control. I wanted to get out.
Just give me a break. I've been trying to go for a pee for 3 hours.
Yeah.
I managed to find my toilet visits in amongst heats.
Yeah, in amongst the mayhem.
I put the microphone in my back pocket and hope that it doesn't switch on mid-flow.
There we go. There's something to complain about.
Exactly, that might turn them away.
Yes. Right. So where should we go next with this? It's quite difficult when one can hear you and one can't. But
yeah, I don't know whether it's worth reloading me in or not.
Let's try that. I'm gonna steal you away.
Oh,
can you still hear me, Leroy? Now?
Yo,
Leroy. So you can hear me? You can see me?
I can see you.
Okay, I'm going to try and re-enter Rumble.
Oh, God.
This feels like last year all over again. I've got a 3, 2, 1 countdown coming in. Right.
You were entering Rumble last year.
Yeah, let's see where we're at.
Testing.
So I can hear you, Rumble. Leroy,
right.
Can you hear Rumble?
No. It obviously doesn't like being.
I have a cunning plan. I'm going
reload
to reload a whole lot. So let's just do it. So it might go a bit weird for a minute.
Oh. I can only see Lee now.
So.
Right.
Somebody talk. Rumble.
Testing.
I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Leroy?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's weird because like when Rumble talks, it literally like cuts out. It's very strange.
That is odd.
Strange.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're doing our best. Can you still see the comments, Leroy, or not?
Yes.
Why
don't I go out?
A load coming in.
So why don't I exit and then try and enter again?
I think that would be a very good idea.
Let's give it a try. Let me exit and I will try and re-enter with Rumble.
Good Lord. I might resist.
We all know that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, you're not right.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
This is good.
Loud and
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Good week. You've been firefighting left, right, and centre, but I think we've got there in the end. Just a little bit.
just the tip of
nothing else
of hassle. Right. So let's bring in Mr. Martin.
He's
going to go live in. There we go. Let's see what we've got.
So I can hear Lee.
Can you hear Rumble?
No.
Can you hear
I'm
anybody?
just kidding with you. I can hear you both now.
Oh, what an knobber.
Look at that. I've got you both on my screen, and yes, I can see.
I tell you what,
Problem solved.
Hollywood's knocking, boys. I tell you, they love
Well,
this.
Hollywood's gone apparently. That's what I read in the paper today. Hollywood's like collapsing.
Really?
Yeah, billions lost and never to be found. Some products.
Oh, we're going to do a new one.
Yeah,
Okay.
there is
Probably.
a film now with cars. You've probably never seen it, John, but I'm sure Rumble's picked up on it.
Project Cars.
No, it's cars.
Flying cars.
Flying cars. That's it. Have you seen it, John?
Yes.
So it's a legit Hollywood.
He's lying.
It's a legit Hollywood film about RC cars.
So I tell you, there's a couple of reasons why I watched it.
You watched it?
He actually watched it because I have.
Don't tell everybody. Don't tell everybody. It's
Oh.
a secret.
Wow.
One of the reasons was in the trailer for said film, there's someone with a Nemo Racing USA T-shirt,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, Billy, who's this dude? He's like, dude, you need to watch it. So I had to.
And how was it?
Amazingly. Yeah, they could have done so much more with that. It was a perfect opportunity to do something cool. The acting is shocking. I think the three of us could have done something better than that.
God, must have been.
To focus it on jumping a car in the air rather than like the drama in pit lane or the racing, or there's so many things they could have focused on that they gave like a little glimpse, but they put the tip of it in and then went, no, we're not going to do any of that. We're just going to focus on a guy jumping a car over a piece of wood. It was bizarre, but he got his bird, so happy days.
Like a love film. And
I think you should watch it. You need to watch it tonight, and then we can review it on.
We need to do that. We'll do the Flying Cars review show.
There we go. There we go. Have you watched it, Rumble?
No, I watched the
Have
trailer.
you not?
Saw the Nemo Racing.
God, I feel really
jacket.
bad.
Well, interestingly, I remember seeing it. Oh, I remember seeing it being advertised.
Before it was even filmed, you saw it.
No, it's about because it was actually produced 3 years ago or 4 years ago.
Was it?
Yeah, but then they like did a. It didn't quite get there. It didn't quite get to premiere, and then they relaunched it.
Yeah.
So that's why it's got like a really old team associated buggy.
So your homework, did you choose?
That was bad.
That was real bad stuff to them. I think
Yeah.
he's going to be telling me my homework is, whether I want to or not, is to waste about 2 hours of my life watching flying cars. All right, I could read that one.
That was exactly it. Homework is.
Well, one thing I wasn't going to be paying to watch it because it was about 15 quid on Amazon when I last saw it. I
think it's about 50p now.
Oh right, I'm not surprised.
Quickly gone down.
Yeah,
exactly.
50p, I'll do.
It might be slightly more than 50p. There might have been a Rumble 50p, but it's not.
They're normally
£15.
£3 rental now, aren't they?
Yeah.
It was a medium soft cubes.
Send the expenses receipt in. I'll cover it for it so we can all watch it.
Trying to think of anything else that's too exciting.
Do the whole race. I think we should do that. So
there's lots to do.
We thank you for that. It was a very good race, and thank you.
That's fine.
Bottom of my heart, all that stuff. It was very good. Let's go straight in. Let's go balls deep. Who was the winner and the loser in your opinion? Let's start with Mr. Leroy. Leroy, the winner and the loser of RaceFour.
I think the winner was either Will Skidmore, because he did very well. He beat his brother.
I love that guy.
He drove a solid final. He was fast. He was a winner. Matt Thompson was also a winner for me because he bumped. So yeah, there's my two winners from the event.
Okay, and the loser from RaceFour.
That's a good question.
Yes.
So the loser,
the one that you never want to answer. and then we upset people when we do this bit, but I like it. So
They'll live.
So the loser for me this time was Jack Hurst, and that's because he had a very stellar last race. He qualified not so well, but by the final he was fast. He was on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought he could have really used this race to slingshot himself straight into the mix, but then he qualified in the C final again and had all the hard work to do and didn't make the main.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my loser.
Rumble.
On the topic of Jack Hurst, he is a good one for a loser because
No, I've picked it.
Yeah, no, just a point on that, which won't be my choice. But when I was commentating his heat, he consistently had the fastest lap, but just couldn't keep it rubber side down. It was unbelievable. It was almost like a carry-on. Just he had such good pace, but an 8-second, 10-second crash put him out of contention. So
what I would say is it's good to be able to have the pace in the first place, and then you can work on the consistency. No doubt he's coming because he is a talent for sure.
Yeah,
he'll get there.
And his car's good too. It's just, sometimes when you're pushing past that envelope, you end up tripping up.
Yeah. So I think
he does. Hold on.
Yeah.
He does need to improve on his marshalling.
I could feel that coming.
It's. This is just my advice to Jack, and I don't know if he watches it. And it's not me trying to be nasty. Just try and make a little bit more of an effort when marshalling cars. Everyone will like you much more for it.
Marshal how you want to be marshalled and all that.
And I don't mind if you don't want to be marshalled very well, but we do. And it's not well, it's just not as energetic as I'd like to see.
That's fair.
It's a free workout.
It is.
So
Rumble, keep going.
So I think that the winners from the race were probably yourself in a way, Lee. Just where the final had some pretty interesting shifts going around in it, but 45-minute final is a whole different kettle of fish that obviously some of the racers in there haven't experienced before, and it just always rings true about 8-scale nitro that to win a 45-minute race much more challenging than a 20-minute race because every single thing has to go right, but only one thing has to go wrong. Like with longer races, and there's a good chance of engines cutting, tyres coming unglued, pace going, pace just disappearing, whatever it may be, or driver stamina, I guess, on the rostrum when the knees start to go. So
can you do 45 minutes, Mr. Rumble?
God, I can struggle to do 45 seconds.
Say 3.5 is his record.
At least that's what they all tell me. So I think that was probably one of the winners. I think another winner, to be fair, was John Glasbrook. Even though I don't think he necessarily had the greatest final, but in qualifying, obviously I was looking, checking all their PBs, seeing how they're doing on pace, and he did such a good job, and he's obviously such a nice nutty old man that I was really pleased to see him chunk 15 seconds out of his best qualifier, and I thought, that's it's good progression. So I was pleased to see him do well because I knew it made him happy. In terms of obviously the losers of the race, or actually the winners and losers, I think was Johnny and Will Skidmore, because Johnny and Will in that e-buggy final was fantastic.
They were winners really there, weren't they?
That was a real entertaining race. Really good to commentate on. Actually, I had something to really commentate on. Quite helpful. And they both just looked awesome going round. They were respectful of each other, and I think that's something that will also obviously come in time with every single driver that hasn't, that's still gaining experience and still running up those rungs, is that the respect that the drivers have for each other makes for such a good race. Because for Will and Johnny, the e-buggy race didn't matter. That e-buggy final, they didn't care if they won or they lost. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
Or they sort of weren't so concentrated on getting that win that actually they just enjoyed the racing, made a spectacle, and it was then subsequently obviously really, really good to watch, and good to watch their racecraft with one another and their respect. And that, for the likes of Lee, Neil, Elliot, those guys, obviously happens all the time, because I think they're just a bit more, if you win a race, so be it. If you lose a race, also so be it. It's nice to win, but if you lose, so be it. On to the next one, which obviously isn't the case as much with them. So that's why they're the winners and the losers in my eye. I think Johnny obviously TQ'd the race, which is like a really, really good really good achievement. Obviously, having not done a crazy amount of practice, and obviously new platform, and managing to keep his knees from wobbling off all the time, much to my commentator's curse. I tried, but unsuccessfully. So he did really well to push through that and obviously get TQ. And obviously it didn't quite work out in the final. I think he obviously had pace, but I think just it doesn't always go your way. And I think it's winning in grace and then losing in grace as well is the crucial thing that will always come in time.
Yeah, agreed.
Rome wasn't built in a day and all that. So, but no, pleased to see, and also for them on a personal level, pleased to see them doing well with their, with their new buggies. I mean, they're both they're talented guys, and they're going to do well with every single platform that they inevitably run, whether it's Mugen, Nagama, or whatever the next one is. I'm sure they're going to do well with it. Obviously, as with every driver, the next car is always the best one, but good to see them doing well with it. So yeah, pleased to see them all doing all right.
John, your turn.
That was an extensive answer. I thought I was going to get away with not giving one.
No luck.
When you say. Right. So for me, because I love him, the loser's Kev again, because once again, he had a problem in the final, so he didn't get to prove his speed. This time it was from a marshal stopping his engine, which is a bit poo when that happened. So he was my loser, because I think he could be much higher up than he was. My winner is Tommy Hall. Tommy Hall was my winner. I called it when I was doing the Facebook Live. There was all sorts of drama going on that I didn't know about at the time, because I was just trying to film the show and give everything something, give everybody something to watch. But he was my winner, despite his cut and despite the pit lane ruckus with his mum and his dad and everything else, which I think is a bit sad, which we won't go into because I don't think there's any point. He was my winner. He is just a talent, and his brother too. But Tommy in particular, he reminds me of our Ben Simpson. He's got an age way older than his years, and he led a final for a very long time. He had an engine cut, or he ran out of fuel. I'm not sure massively what happened, but they just take it in their stride, which is fantastic. His mum, she lost her shit a little bit over it, and I think it was directed in other places other than the fact that she was sad because her son had run out of fuel or cut or whatever. But he was my winner, 100%.
Yeah.
It's not going to be long before they're annoying everybody, because it's an incredible talent. And I said it on our live feed. I mean, there were some superstars in that, and you're one of those, Leroy, that were going around very, very fast, but things were happening and stuff was happening and mistakes were happening. Tommy was he had a cigar on, he had his arm on the side of his window, and he was just cruising around. He wasn't trying to set the fastest laps. He was just going round and round and round. And at one point he had a big lead, and I was like, yeah, he's going to win this. But in true amazing 8th scale form, which is why we all love it, it changes in an instant. And one or two errors or something just goes a little bit awry, and suddenly it's completely different. And that's what happened. He was my winner.
That will have been his first 45-minute long race for sure.
100%. I mean, he didn't get to do 45 minutes, possibly because he didn't have the right thing in his car to power him for 45 minutes. But that's not for me to say. But he didn't do 45 minutes.
No.
Not continually.
To be fair, though, before this weekend, he'd hardly done 20.
Yeah,
that's true. It is true. It is true.
I've known the halls for a long time, or a long time for me.
Yeah.
Because I when I in my glory days of racing, a bit of 10th scale short course, doing the short course nationals. That was exactly. That was where they began. So and they were they were good then, but nothing compared to how they are in 10th scale and clearly in 8th scale now. So their progression has been.
I mean, how old's Tommy now?
13.
See, I didn't start racing until I was 13.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
You can see like the crazy difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's unbelievable, and I can get the passion and everything else that goes with that, because they're reaching the top of our sport in any scale, which that's hard to do. It's hard to do it in one scale, let alone two, and they're banging on the doors. They're banging on the doors at 13. So
yeah,
they are. But I mean, they have. Obviously, it went a bit sour towards the end of the last thing, and I think when you're getting to that point, don't try and ruin it by slandering some other things that happened.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, exactly. Keep focused. You're going to win everything. Your time's coming. Stay humble.
They will get there 100%. They're all very in 8th scale inexperienced in some ways, whether that's trying to keep their gear running, or this or that, or some rules, whatever it may be.
Yeah,
but they will get there in time, and they will be content. They will be factors. I mean,
definitely.
13. He's I think it's so. I think he's 13. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 15. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. He is really, really talented.
He could be a late bloomer like me. He might be 18. He just
yeah, exactly. But no,
starts at 18.
All round nice family.
I saw a picture of you in the week, Mr.
Toilet break.
I'm out. It's over. The live feed's over. It's done. I'm going to try and throw in because our friend Mark, that's been doing the photography for us, he came today on site.
Oh, did he? Wicked.
And he had done some absolutely awesome shots. So I'm hoping that that's showing up on the screen.
So a bit of background on Mark. He's a local guy that stumbled upon the track, came in one day. I was chatting to him, said he liked taking pictures, said come down and have a go. He came down, had a little go at a practice day, came down for a race, and since then he's become a track friend of ours, and comes down and takes pictures, and he loves it.
Absolutely. Amazing. Superb photography. He's doing his drone stuff as well, drone license. So we're going to get some very cool shots soon. And these were some of our picks or my picks very quickly before I came online earlier on tonight, to show what he's doing. And he's going to set up a website, I think, so people can go online and get pictures of their own car. He did literally every final on Monday. Like from the start, from the people that were in it, it's comprehensive and very, very cool. So that's your car, Leroy. Obviously going through the Stevie BS's. I don't know whether you can see that on your stream. Hopefully you can.
That's definitely not. Oh, that was not my car in black and white, mate.
No, there's another one. You're a bit behind.
Okay. I was going to say. Oh, there we go. That looks more like me.
So that's about a minute behind, which is a bit difficult when I'm trying to do a slideshow. But and there's Sloppy's coming up in a minute, which is showing just exactly what these cars go through, with wheels like flailing at twice the size they should be, and all the cool stuff that from
all over the place.
you don't see it. And Mark's down there doing all this for nothing for us, which I think is absolutely incredible. So
we should start a little GoFundMe thing for him.
So I've got, I think he gave me from RaceFour 1,000 photos. It's actually slightly over 1,000 photos that I have on file now. I'm going to get those all up. I'm going to find a minute. I don't know when that's going to be, but I'm going to find a minute this week and get them all up on our Smug Mug page. So Nemo Racing has a Smug Mug page of galleries of all of our races and stuff that we've done over the past. And I've been slacking a little bit this year because we've not had any races to go to other than our own. So I'm going to get that updated and I get all these photos up because there's loads on there for everybody. Like I said, every final from the first to the last, there's pictures for everybody, and I think that's very, very cool and something that's unique to Nemo Raceway as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you very much, Mark. If you ever watch one of these,
He's a top bloke.
Well, I said to him to tune in tonight. He might have got bored now because we've been going on for a little while, but he's got some cool contextual pictures. He's got one of those, which is obviously controversial because it's Leroy on his own with a fuel gun. So Mrs. Hall would like to see that one.
Hey,
But
Mark, how good was my stop?
Yes, exactly.
Mark,
Well,
tell him.
That one there. Look at that with that. It's got the wrong fuel gun. We're going to skip past that one and go straight to our winning.
I was only dealing with the stuff I had, man.
yeah, exactly. But you get the idea. They're all there. We're rocking through our winners, which we should probably say, which is obviously yourself, Leroy, for the Nitro buggy, Will in second, and Sloppy, the evergreen Mr. Allsop, in third, which is cool. He was down all weekend again. He loved it, which is fantastic, and we hope to see him back for race 5 because he's had 2 podiums now from the first 2 races that he's done. Our e-buggy guys, which we touched on earlier on, which obviously Johnny, Will, and Alan Paver in third, which was fantastic with his Rocking Horse MP10E stroke. I've got a mortgage paper that shows that I'm possibly buying this for the rest of my life or 25 years. And then on to our juniors, which is Ruben Shakespeare. Fantastic job. 2nd race in a row. I've got a confession to make. I have made an error in our junior. This is embarrassing. In our junior,
You forgot Tom
entrance. No.
Oh.
No.
Worse than that.
Freddie Thompson, who looks like he's 25.
He is 25.
And he's not.
He's 15.
24.
He's 15.
So I'm not sure. Where's our junior cutoff then? Is it? I thought it was 13. Hence, obviously, Tommy Hall not being in there as well.
Well, he's just too good that he shouldn't be in there.
Yeah, that's
harsh.
Also true.
It's like when we did our over 40s race. It's like we need to make it so that none of us fast 40s are in there. That's not the idea of it. You need to be upcoming and all the rest of it. Well, I don't know. Will you tell us, Rumble? You're race director. Where's our cutoff for our junior?
Well, I mean, it makes us all feel better if I do say it's 13, because then we wouldn't have been in the wrong.
Well, are we though?
So it's 13.
How old's Ruben? Ruben's big.
Ruben's 13.
Is he? Okay. And Ben Smith. This is one I wanted to talk about, and a possible winner, actually.
Yeah.
So,
yes, unreal.
Little Ben Smith, he's on the right-hand side.
I'm going to go for a wee. I'm going to go for a
little Ben Smith there is on the right-hand side. He turned up to watch on Sunday, and he just turned up to watch, and then Leon offered him his car, which he wasn't using, which was absolutely shagged out and in need of a rebuild a year ago. And Ben was like, yeah, okay. So we found him a radio. We found him a car. He's a temp scale driver, a very, very good one at that. And threw him down into round 4. I think Q4 or something. Like he turned up like Sunday afternoon. So we threw him down.
Yeah.
And then obviously he qualified quite low and then went on an absolute bump mission.
So he was in 5, 6, and 7. So he managed to get 3 to count, but he was only 2, 5, 6, and 7. So the last 2
needed 4 to count anyway.
Oh, so maybe that made sense. Then he was, I think, in the bottom final. Or...
I've got to ask the big question. Did you hear me fart?
No.
I heard you shout.
I was talking though. So Ben went on an absolute bump mission, and obviously we didn't have Christmas tree finals, so he was stood on that rostrum for a hell of a long time.
Oh yeah.
And, being a 5-minute temp scale guy, he come off, and he was limping back to the pits. Yeah. It was funny.
So I think he did 6 finals, which is 120 minutes.
That's mad.
2 hours. 2 hours plus, that's 20 minutes plus your in lap, plus your out lap, plus the little wait between. He was probably beat for 150 minutes.
And the car,
unreal.
the car was ruined anyway. Leon broke it in one of the races, one of the fun races, because my James was driving it, and Leon hit it with someone else's car. Kind of laughed at it, and then realised he'd hit his own car and broke his own car.
Dented his own engine head.
We didn't actually even fix it. We just threw a shock on that I had in my box, so we have no idea what was in it.
Wow.
Threw it on. The clutch bearings have been in there since Montpellier, and it did an hour and 20 minutes.
It's
Unbelievable.
a perfect advert. Perfect advert.
Yeah, unbelievable, man. Funny.
Good
But
advert.
yeah, congrats to him, and also congrats to another youngster, Caden Stenhouse, who I pitted for, and drove well to bump up, and almost bumped up a second time, even with some people that shouldn't have been in that final that had qualified low. So
yeah, he looked really good on the track. I think this weekend was the first time I saw him really get hold of an 8-scale car and drive it how they like to be driven. It looked good.
Yeah, it was definitely a different Caden. I mean, I watched him in a few runs, and he had no droop on his car, and the radio settings weren't quite there. And as soon as that keyed in, it just shows what difference it makes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Just talking about late entries with Ben and also Carl Boone, that caused me considerable bottom ache with various people over that weekend. But we've purposely done the formats so that people can come and join in if they can't do the multi-day format. And that's harsh if someone's a good driver and perhaps they're in a final that maybe they wouldn't have been if they'd been there for the whole format. But like I say, we've tried to make all of our events friendly to people that can just commit to a certain amount of time, and that may not be 3 days, it may not be 2 days. Our internal policy on that is, as long as you've done a qualifier, then you can qualify wherever you've done and do your mains. I had several people on the Monday trying to put their point to me, which is fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion and everything else, and it is absolutely impossible to get it right for everybody all of the time. But for me, as long as you've got there, you've done a qualifier, wherever that puts you, it puts you, and then you go and race your finals. We wouldn't ever put somebody in that had done no qualifying and just turned up to do a final, because I think that's unfair. But if you can get there to do one of our qualifiers on whatever format we're running, then on.
I mean, at the end of the day, if someone DNS'd 4 out of 5 qualifiers but raced the 5th, it would be the same scenario.
And that's exactly what I said. Like for Carl Boone, at the end of the day, he's a good driver. If he'd have qualified, he could have broken down 3 or 4 times. He's got a red engine. It's possible. He would have been in the same final as he was. Sorry, I don't mean it, but you get my point. The point is, he wanted to come and race our race. He couldn't from work commitment, but he could do some qualifying. So, to me, that entitles him to have a go in a final. And if it puts people's noses out of joint, I'm sorry, but we're just trying to make it good for everybody. And it's impossible to do that, I know, but we'll try our best to make it good for as many as we can.
That's right. Agreed.
Sorry if I upset anyone with that one.
No worries. So, as we are properly dragging it on tonight. Not dragging it on, but it's just lasting a long time. Obviously, it's felt like it's flown by.
That is the first time I've ever heard that.
What?
Managing to drag it on.
No, but yeah, not drag it on as such. But yes, we've been 72 minutes in.
Time flies when having fun.
That's it.
Should we do? There must be some more comments, Leroy, that we can answer on the side.
Yeah, there's not been much. Everyone must be listening rather than talking. But
talking. Poor ears.
Go on the live chat, so I just make sure I don't miss anything. So Ivan says, "Is a 319 back in soon?"
Yes.
Chris James says tyres don't come unglued, do that? Was regarding our tyre thing? Of course they do, Chris. Yours do all the time, unless I glue them. Thanks for letting me use your tyres anyway. Inside joke. There's a picture just appeared, and it's actually worked on my screen.
Carry on.
So
we'll come to it.
Okay. Have we tried the 2010 gears in your diffs yet? I know I tried them one time and went back away from them, but I know Kev was using them at the weekend. John, you know more about this than me.
Yes, I do. I know that they can break hearts, can't they, Rumble?
Oh yes, I was waiting to pipe up here. There are some in my experience, which is not driving experience, but it is holistic from many people that have tried them. Is there are some scenarios where it is so clearly advantageous. Those how many times those scenarios come up is very small.
Yeah.
They are really good until the point where they're just such a negative thing. They work. I think they work well on really high traction, smooth tracks.
Yeah.
The moment the bumps come, just that the diff effect doesn't work with bumps, or doesn't work. It's a racer term, but doesn't work as well with bumps. And then anything low grip, just stick with the 1018s.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of deep conversations with the likes of Darren Warburton, who is, if people don't know already, he's an absolute engineering guru. Because it's all very well just trying something out, but I don't drive the cars, or I try not to embarrass everyone and myself. I like to understand factually why something does something that it does. It's not just, oh well, it works well on high track. That's not good enough. You need to know why, what shear, it's whether it's shear angles with the oil, etc., or ratios. Obviously, 1020 to 1018 is a different ratio. He is an absolute wizard with it, and he gave me a lot of insights with it. But I don't think they work in nearly as much of the time as the normal 1018s. And obviously, 1020 is pretty conventional for lots of other manufacturers. But obviously, interestingly or amusingly, or whatever, we'll do it without causing too much controversy, is obviously Team Red, or Kyosho famously obviously just had 1020s forever and ever, obviously, as well as like fixed upper wishbones and all of those things that obviously our car didn't have. But interestingly, they now obviously have 1018 optional gears, as well as obviously the MP10 having a non-fixed or a turnbuckle upper link. So the 1018 thing makes me giggle, obviously, much to everyone's upset. And same then with obviously not running a fixed upper link. Everyone said, the MP9, we run fixed upper link. It's what you need for C-Hub, blah, 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 blah. Obviously the SV came out with C-Hub with a turnbuckle top link. And then obviously that was replicated. So interesting one there. But no, 1020s don't work that often.
High grip 1020s, low grip 1018s.
That's it. That's what I would say. If it's high grip, Astro, or super high traction, get those in. Otherwise,
keep them in the box.
Just run standard.
So,
our original car came with 1020s. Yeah. And one of the big changes that made it actually work for more than like God or Jerome Sartell at the time was doing those internal gears. So it's definitely
for us.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely one of those things that the beauty of off-road is there is never one solution fits all. Every track's different. It's part of the fun. You have to go there. You have to set your car up. You have to find what works. All that sort of stuff. For me, that's what makes it fun. So we have both options. I think we have the right one as standard in our kit. And if you're running on something that's super high traction, drop them in. And
or you want crazy aggression.
Or you want crazy aggression. Yeah.
Cray.
Exactly. Cray. You want to go cray. Drop them in.
Full psycho.
Right. So Gavin says, have you sorted out full drives yet? September is what we know now, Gavin. We've had some answers, and September is what we know.
So you're going to be enjoying that in January, maybe February.
It begins September 2021.
Yeah, we didn't put the year. Exactly.
So yeah, September is all I know. Arvinder says, how was the underdrive? I know a few people use it at the weekend. Some people love it. Some people thought they could probably go back to the non-underdrive. So
Yeah.
yes, the underdrive, in my opinion, is always something you should have in your box because some tracks will absolutely love it, loose tracks or anything you want it to rotate but go forward, and some tracks you're just not really going to like it. I was never a massive fan with overdrives or underdrives when you had a lot of off camber turns because I feel like it tries to drag up the hill and then you lose the rear end. So for our track, I don't know, but definitely something to have in the box.
Yeah. I think it was a big game changer when we were on obviously the previous A215 and A215 SV and A8 gearing. In fact, that was like an absolute. If you had a 215 and you didn't have underdrive in it, well, it was only because we were waiting to put it in.
No one wants to know you.
It was an absolute game changer for the 215 platform, and I think the top 5% of drivers will probably find benefit, like specifically for you, Lee. With your finesse, and the same for Bloomfield when he obviously drove the 215 and the SV. He didn't see as much benefit from the underdrive because his smooth driving style, he wanted that rotation. But for every single person below that, the underdrive was just like a fail safe. It's just like a bit of a get out of jail free card. And obviously for John Hazelwood, who is a
so what you're saying is, if you're a pro, it's no. For everybody else,
if you're a Joe,
it's a go. Yeah.
If you're a pro, no. If you're a Joe, get it in the back of your car. It'll make you feel like a hero because you can just, like for me, I like underdrives. You can just smash the throttle open and go forward.
It's like a Golf. It's like a Golf R. It drives the front.
It is like a Golf R.
Yeah, it drives the front at 60% more than the rear. So, no one ever crashed a Golf R, I don't think. I tried many times and it never happened.
I'd love to know, like, if we could scale up the horsepower and the size and everything else, just how much horsepower to the rear wheel
the weight
we're doing. Yeah, it would be wild.
I would love to scale one up to have it sat on the drive. Can you imagine walking out and seeing a 6-foot tyre?
It would be good. And this is where Ron was going to say, I've done that. So
no. So interestingly, I actually did it was actually with my old man probably 3-4 years ago. We
feel nervous when you keep doing that.
I'm used to this measurement. Yes. We actually did the scaled it up and sort of had a look at what sort of size it was. They're outrageously big, really big, because obviously 8 scale is non-linear. It's not just it's not just 8 times bigger if it's 1-to-1 or so it's like an exponential growth. They end up being crazy big, crazy heavy. And it's actually a miracle that these 8 scale buggies stay together. I mean, if
crazy.
Have a look at the wishbones, scale up the speed, and then crash your road car. You'd have nothing left. But these buggies keep on going. For the most part. So, interesting.
Yeah.
Same with with an OS engine, at least, rather than most of the other ones that are still looking for power. If you scale up the CC, 3.5 cc. 3 horsepower, 2.6 to 3 horsepower. You've got your 2-litre Golf R with 2,000 horsepower. That would be, and 45,000 RPM. That would be pretty crazy.
It would be exciting.
Yeah, until you crashed it.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. So it's exciting. We've got some comments, Leroy, on the side.
Not really much has happened, mate, on mine. Just says, are the underdrives in stock? They're not yet. I think more's coming soon, right?
In and out.
And then a few people are asking the obvious question about the feds.
Oh. Whoop, whoop.
With the sound of the police.
Well, I tell you what, it was an interesting moment because I think I'd just been to the toilet, or I was just stood in race control. I stood up, I had the mic in my hand. I turned around and I see 2, stab vest, like Kevlar vested up officers stood outside race control door. I was like, well, I think I'll probably better let them in and see what they want. So obviously let them in, and obviously they were ensuring that we were running a socially distance event. Because obviously, if you are not running an organised event, you can't have a group of more than 30 people. Not very fortunately, obviously, we're not just running some random backyard rave, much as I think the council and clearly some racers think we do. But there is clearly COVID secure elements to it. And the fact of we are part of the Motorsport Association, the BRCA is then obviously inside that umbrella, and we are then inside the umbrella of the BRCA. So we've got method statements for COVID, all of which, the officers were really pleased to see, obviously from John, who, emailed it across to them instantly. They also did a little Google up about the BRCA. We weren't just fobbing them off. They were pleased to see that we were socially distancing, that we had obviously all the hand sanitizing stations. And to be fair, good. It's good that they turned up because it's a box ticked. Because a police officer can't be, or anyone can't be retrospective with that. If someone comes along, they give it the okay. Obviously, they block the gate. They stop people coming in and out in case it was an illegal rave with radio controlled cars. They were going to stop people going out and obviously make some arrests and whatever. So they came, they saw, they obviously, we were fully aligned with all of their expectations, and then they left. So you can't be any more sort of cut and shut with that. So it can't then be retrospective. If the police didn't think it was okay, and I'm pretty sure that police are top tier on some of that stuff. Like if the police don't think you're doing something right, you're going to listen to them. They thought we were okay. They were happy with all of our procedures. They came, they saw, and then they left. So you can't be retrospective about that. They ticked it off and signed it off. So it was good. It was nice to see them. A bit of waste of their time, I guess, coming from Leamington Spa, 2 officers out of dealing with real problems for a whole afternoon. So a bit of a shame in that regard, but good for us in terms of getting that box ticked. I'm sure John's probably got a few comments about that, but
I think that was lovely. Yeah, I will bite my respective tongue and give one of those to it. Yeah, it was. I was trying to have my lunch when that happened.
Yeah,
you need to get to the container because there's police.
Okay. Yeah,
we'll deal with it, and we did.
Yeah, we did. And it was great, and everyone had a good time, and that's all we can really ask for.
Well, yeah, it's just sad that someone wants to. At the end of the day, we're trying to run a radio-controlled car track for anyone that wants to come along and race their radio-controlled car. So it's getting a little bit boring, just a little bit boring. But past that, like Rumble said, at the end of the day, the police are there. They're happy with what we're doing. What more do you do?
Yeah,
exactly.
Past that, what more do you do? And today's provided a new day of council complaints from locals or people that want to cause issue. We'll answer them, smile, and carry on.
Carry on.
They are going to absolutely shit a brick when we do that picture that is in the corner there. And that's literally only a couple of months away. For winter, hopefully.
Build everyone.
On that massive bombshell. Do we have anything else to add?
Not massively, I think. I think we've done most of it. Obviously, we've had that picture in the corner there. That is something that we are in the process of trying to buy right now to cover our track in a temporary structure, just for anybody watching. And we hope to have that in before winter sets in, which will be game-changing. Forget the sides, because the sides are not going to be on there. It will be open, but it will be a roof over our track. That is what we are working hard in the background to make happen, which I think will be amazing for the hobby, ultimately.
Padova, which is the only comparable facility.
I mean, that's amazing. Padova is
world class,
the top of the pops.
Yeah.
To get better than that, especially in our country, because you just won't.
Something in the UK, we suffer with pretty tragic weather, but no one has had the investment or the balls or the commitment to look at a project like that, or at least long term. So I think there are some very exciting times coming ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. We're working hard on that. This week, next week, the following week. That is what we're trying to bring to you guys before winter this year.
Exactly. So let's all cross our fingers and cross our toes and hope we can all be racing on Christmas Day.
So it'd be nice to be not having to waste time worrying about council stuff when all of this good stuff's happening, isn't it?
We had we had some crazy stuff this week. The company that we're dealing with on the structure do all the stuff for the airports and the military and some very, very cool stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
It'll happen. Don't worry.
So that's that.
Yeah.
Rumble.
Comments. Do the comments, Leroy. We've had a couple come down the side. Come on.
We had a couple. We've had the roof. The roof is on Nemo Raceway. We've had Padova blew my mind. A roof will be a game changer. Nemo Roofway.
Very good.
Roofway. Yeah.
There you go. Someone says, so Davey Rolls says, Rumble, you coming back racing? E-buggy.
That's possibly the biggest question of the night. Anything else?
Look at it.
Ooh, look at that.
Bling, bling, man.
Does that answer your question?
Looks like it. Have you booked in for race 5 yet, Rumble?
No.
Come on.
I'm booked in as...
I'll commentate for your race.
Yeah.
No, that's it. I want to hear the cha-ching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it done.
I'm sure everyone will wait with bated breath for whatever's coming up next.
That's it. So, 90 minutes in, we're an hour and a half, our longest one ever. That was probably 30 minutes of Rumble mumbling.
Only 30.
Only 30. So, if you guys are happy with that, I'll do a little bit of a sign-off. Yeah.
I'm happy.
So, thanks for watching, everyone. We really appreciate it. Rumble, thanks for joining us tonight. Hopefully we'll have you back again very soon. And everyone that wants to come to Race 5 can hear Rumble's lovely American accent.
The Dalton.
So please subscribe. Please press the like button. Please join us at Race 5. We'd love to see you. Anyone that hasn't been, we'd love to see some new faces.
Yeah.
We thank all our existing guys that come, all of the Nemo team, the Serpent team, the TLR team, and the associated team. Thanks for coming and making our race what it is. And yeah, the roof is on fire.
The roof is on fire. Well, hopefully not. It could be because it's going to be PVC, but yeah.
Well, hopefully not. But in the winter, it could make it warm.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
So, thanks very much, guys.